United forwards are going to be ready to jump on that and really cause some problems, especially early on.
And at the risk of sounding like we're flogging a dead horse, the player to watch for Heidelberg tonight for me is Jamal Ali. He plays that floating fullback role, and keep an eye on him. He's operating down the broadcast side here. We've got Jordan behind the camera giving you the best look at those movements off the ball by Jamal Ali.
Yeah, indeed, that's exactly right. It's looking, and that's the strength of Gully. Like over the years, they've never had that domineering striker. They've had a mix of creating players, and that's very much the same here and now. Josh Hope to be the anchor there. Heidelberg get a good transition going here.
Well, here's Basetto, looking to make the early running, fires in a goal, it's off the post. Kumanea was beaten at his near post, it ricocheted away. Another warning shot by the Burgers, and we haven't even played a minute and a half yet, and it could have been 1-0 there.
Between two very well coached sides.
Well, I've enjoyed the pressing game of Dorjok so far, Katie. He's really not given any time on the ball, even for Yaron Souza, who's had one or two just almost nervy moments. Cutting inside, Basetto, Yokokawa, dangerous here for Gully. They've scrambled it off the line. Lockie Keever's waves play on. That was very close. A very, very close call for the second time tonight for Gully. We've already had Basetto hitting the post. Big crowd on the hill behind us as well. So as we said, it seemed like it was a committed but sparse crowd when we kicked off. So they've rolled in, perhaps from the social club as well, in the last 15 or 20 minutes. Here's Lockhead. The space out wide. It's Crooks going to drive this one. And it was rising all the way from Matty Crooks. Well, he doesn't score too many. You can see Fletcher Fulton there was drawn inboard and opened up that space in end of season honours, because it's all to play for here. Of course, Heidelberg have got to keep themselves honest with Avondale just 3 points behind, and with a fixture that they would fancy to win tomorrow. Also Avondale, they do have Australia Cup football. Oh, big challenge coming in here. Fulton's gone down. What's the decision going to be? Lockie Keevers is in very, very quickly here. He's going to reach for a card. It's just a matter of what colour will it be. You fancy it's going to be a yellow. Keep an eye on the replay screen there, and the yellow card is out of the pocket. Looks like it's gone to Paul Hodges there. As you said, Katie, you timed that. Fulton is back up and running again. Lesiotis drives it into the box. Header away by Imanzi, further away by Lockhead. It's all yellow shirts outside the area. Sevet Nor opening up space for the shot. Not his finest effort. Just hasn't quite hit top form as Sevet Nor this season. We saw some really good football for him last season.
I think even still in A-League men quality as well, but I think he's just been, I think that strength of schedule is maybe starting to catch up with him a little bit more, just coming into an A-League season and just preparing to an NPL Victoria season. That's a lot for a player to deal with, hopping between the divisions like that. Yeah, and it just goes to show you that the gap between the A-League men and the NPL Victoria, while it is closing, just practically just isn't quite maybe up to where it needs to be at the moment. As we fair bit of afters here. We'll take another look at this.
Well, the yellow card's out of the pocket for Amir Abdullah. Luckily for Paul Hodges, he's come in late on his opponent, but I think it was after the whistle had already gone, so he's escaped any sanction. Yokokawa, who's recovered from that challenge from Hodges that occurred after the play had actually stopped, is going to be fit to deliver this one into the back post area. Lethlean and Collins are the targets you fancy. Lethlean was getting there. Was just taken off his head from a touch from one of those Gully defenders. It's a good ball in by Yokokawa. How to play in front of the
Gully into scrambling back, and to be honest, and they can be proud of that as well. Gully, they were able to match up to that. They'll just get a moment to reassess here and just get restarted here from the goal kick. With the pressure building here on the home side.
Oh. The plan is working somewhat so far for Gully, this wing-back system that they're employing tonight. Ball played through, yellow card coming out here, and it's the third Gully player to go into the book. So 3 players already walking the tightrope here for the Cavaliers. Outside the box. Here's Basetto, dropping a little deeper to pick up possession here and try and charge at that fairly set defence. Ali, Sevetnor, will try and fire a rocket on his left foot here. Lesiotis, he's been the metronome tonight again for John Anastasiadis. Left lean lets fly. That's probably not what the Heidelberg coaching staff, Johnny Anastasiadis and Savas Patinkas, were hoping the centre-back was going to do on that occasion.
They've done in the training park over the last fortnight, knowing this game was on the horizon. They're executing it pretty well. I'm glad you brought up Heaton. I think whatever doubts anyone has about him adapting to NPL Victoria life, that can very much put them to bed. He's been an absolute rock for Gully so far this evening. Lesiotis.
Bourgeois is there! Oh, and it was almost floating into that back post. Lesiotis with a great ball, so often the architect for Heidelberg. That deep lying role he played here from Yokokawa. In comes the outswinger, they're queuing up for it. Lesiotis drives. Blocked by the wall of green and white, and they hold strong until the half-time break. Half-time arrives at Keilor Downs. Green Gully 0, Heidelberg 0. What an entertaining first half. There's no goals, Katie, but we've been good. And Katie Lambeski with you. Welcome back for the second 45, Katie.
Good evening, Steve. Good to be back with you. Just looking at some of the numbers there, 2 shots on target for Heidelberg United. I don't think the quality of the chances have been there. 11 shots overall for them, but just they've been denied very well by a disciplined...
Late out 2 matches ago when they went down in that thriller 3-2 to Altona Magic. And he missed the game against Victory, the 4-1 win. But they've got to do the defensive work here again. Everyone back, all hands on deck here for Gully to defend this set piece. In it comes from Yokokawa. Lesiotis is lining it up, one from the training ground. He just didn't have enough time on the ball, and it's probably a credit to Gully there for getting out to close down the angle. Oh, chance here for Gully. Abdallah receiving from Dorjock. Throws the step-overs at left lean, and it's side netting for Amir Abdallah. The best chance so far for the Cavaliers in the match. Crooks with 1 shot in anger in the first half for the Cannons. And it's still scoreless between Port Melbourne and the Thunder, and between Preston and the Melbourne Knights. That one kicking off only at 8:30. It's only going for around 15 minutes. Here's Wynn, gets it into the back post area. Oh, Abdallah has it crossed the line. It hasn't. The assistant referee has not given the goal. Let's catch that one again. Not sure which is more frustrating, the offsides or that noise from the air horn, Katie.
I know what it is. I know what has my vote, that's for sure. But again, that had to be, that you got to be sharp, and you got to be mindful of just timing your run there. That was some of the best moves, some of the best possession Gully have had this game. And they just need to tighten that up there. Juashi with a bit of space there.
Imanzi, yellow cards out of the pocket. That's the 4th Cavaliers play to go into the book. So many players walking the tightrope there, taking the professional foul against Abdallah. Must be the 4th offside in the last 6 or 7 minutes.
But he wasn't played in by a teammate there. It looked a bit more of a turnover. I could be wrong on that one. We'll take another look at it. But chicken demonstrations with the linesman here.
Blasted in by Sevetnor, and Kumaneo's down. That'll give him a bit of confidence. He handled the situation well, and exactly what you're saying, Katie. I can hear the sentiment. George twisting and turning. Sevetnor's attempt was blocked. Up the line by Wynn. Picked off by Ali. Still he goes, gliding forward, Jamal Ali. Look at the step-overs from the right back. Can he keep it in play here? Jamal Ali cuts it back to the top of the box. Basetto put his foot through that one, and in doing so, put it over the fencing behind the goal and out into the car park. First touch was out in front of him, but a little too far out in front of him. Fulton directing traffic as he makes the first touch. Just glides around the park, as does this man, Lesiotis, and McGowan getting on the ball for the first time since coming off the bench. Gets onto his left, tries his luck, does he? Oh, it's just past the upright. Kumaneo was scrambling there, and the first involvement of Jay McGowan nearly yielded the game's first goal. Really well getting back to cover the cross. Concedes the corner. All these set pieces start to tell. Offside stat is up there. 6 offsides by the Cavaliers, Katie. That is a massive amount of offsides, and most of them, I'd say probably 5 of them have happened since half-time.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's definitely an imprimatur to play high up on the shoulder, but you have to be, again, you've got to be disciplined enough to stay onside and just not let these attacking forays amount to nothing, to be honest. You just need that discipline still going forward.
Looks like Choctaw, the substitute, to drive the corner kick in. Collins is there. It's Ben Collins. It's Captain Fantastic for Heidelberg, and they break the deadlock. Choctaw with his part in the goal. But it's the captain, Ben Collins, up from the back and up with the goal. Heidelberg pounce, and they jump in front of the Cavaliers. It's 1-0 at Kilo Downs.
Rose for
against Heidelberg at this venue last year as well, did Shifa Ahmed. Aliopoulos finds Dorjok. Blockhead in a little bit of space. Floats it in. Collins is there. Might fall for Josh Hope, who gets a shot on target. And that's little more than the Cavaliers have been able to manage for quite a while. They're defending again. McGowan. This is Lesiotis. Yoshikawa gets onto the left foot. Oh, Crook sliding in. Penalties the call. Oh, disaster for Gully. Matty Crooks, who gave away the penalty last time they played in somewhat auspicious circumstances, has been adjudged to have given away another spot kick here.
Reward for effort, reward for creativity to Yoshikawa. That's a close call.
Yoshikawa is going to dust himself off and get the opportunity here. Big moment here for Brandon Kumaneo, the birthday boy. Can he be a hero? And tonight, Sahi Yoshikawa from 12 yards. Yoshikawa makes no mistake. So calm from the spot. Sahi Yoshikawa. And it's Heidelberg's Japanese number 10 doing the...
Frustrating, I think, is the key word there. They've tried and they've tried and they've tried, no doubt, but they just have not been able to push that attacking pace like they so often can. They haven't found that opening.
Got a few goals going in around the grounds. We'll update you on those in a moment, but Peter Klaassen is going his own way. It's Peter Klaassen. What a goal that could have been. Unconventional, perhaps, but just about lethal there. Moment. Strong header by Imanzi, but it's straight to Lesiotis. Here's Rafi. McGowan. Still he goes, McGowan on the left foot for the second time tonight. He scuffs his shot, and it'll give us time to go around the grounds, Katie.
Yeah, absolutely. Oakley Cannons leading 2-0 at home against Hume City. Lead to Preston, leading the Knights 1-0. So finals implications very much in the offing here. The Hume City result, if it stays, of course, providing pretty good for Gully, but Preston leading the Knights, and you expect them to finish that one off, given the state of play there. It all happening here on the NPL Victoria YouTube page around the grounds. We hope you're enjoying tonight's coverage. Still so much more to come this weekend.
Look out, because here comes Jamal Ali. Like an express train, he finds Peter Klaassen, who's got space for the shot. He tees up Ali, he's going to walk it over the line. What a combination, devastating effect, and it's Jamal Ali. Composure from Klaassen, and it's excellent from Ali. And And this man is on fire in 2025. Look at the pace on this interception. And then the poise to place it into the back of the net. Gully, you've got no answers for it.
Ridiculous output from Jamal Ali. And what a link up with 2-meter Peter up top and Peter Klaasen. Unbelievable football there, Jamal Ali. That's impossible to defend against. Surely, how do you cover?
Won't have time for the corner. You won't need it because Heidelberg have got themselves to a 3-0 win here. They take the 3 points. They make it 22 games unbeaten on the bounce in all competitions as well. And they keep their buffer at the top of the table above Avondale.
That they do.